Data piece. Cyber infusion. Oh yeah. Well, now we got that intro. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King Gate. Ruby-doo! I guess all that. Wow, now we know. Now that I guess that what happened if Scooby-Doo got mixed up in all this. Scooby-Doo as a Power Ranger. It's morphin' time. Tyrannosaurus. Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. We need Megazord power now. And then he'd be like, say, everyone, power up your crystals. Like 3, 2, 1. Log on. Oh, that just kind of came. I did not anticipate that joke. It just sort of came. So, again, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy King Gabe here, and we are here with another history of Power Rangers. One of my creations, that's of course. Today, Cyber Squad. Oh, yeah. The right directly after Kroger Force, but with a new set of Rangers, which neither one of them neither one of them is a representation of me. Except for a later cameo. So, going right into this series, the 5 Rangers, of course, for Cyber Squad series, basically based off my cousins, one of them being a sister of mine. So, the Red Ranger, of course, or better yet, the one who's going to become the Red Ranger is, of course, Tamias. The one who becomes the Yellow Ranger for this series will be called Myra. Pink Ranger will be called Tanya. The Blue Ranger will be called Zeke. And the Green Ranger would be called Mavis there. So, yep. So here are your 5 different Rangers. The series would begin off where Tamias is on his way. I think this series, because I know Kroger Force was all in Shreveport, so I think this took place. In Boulder, so neighboring city to Shreveport. So yeah, pretty much in Boulder, of course. Tamias is on his way there, and he's matter of fact, in the series, the 5 Rangers are pretty much brothers and sisters pretty much all brothers and sisters. Well, at least 4 of them: the Blue, Yellow, Pink, and Green Ranger, and the Red Ranger is a cousin of theirs that's coming to visit them. Well, or pretty much bunk with them for a while. Kind of similar to Mystic Force, or should I say the Sentai Magi Ranger. How in Magi Ranger, all the main 5 core Rangers were all brothers and sisters, and the Mystic Force White Ranger was actually their mother. And also the Wolf Knight that went from being purple to red, when he went from evil to good, turned out to be their father. And I'm guessing the Solaris Knight was a friend of the family, I guess, there. Not completely sure how that was in the Sentai. However, and I know in English dub, it was just the red Mystic Force Ranger that was the son of the Wolf Knight and the white Mystic Force Ranger. And all the other 4 were pretty much just other teenagers with attitude, of course. So, back with Cyber Squad, which pretty much is kind of like if you took Mystic Force and made it digital. So, Tamias arrives there, and turns out the mother is actually part of the police force and everything. And yeah, the mother, of course, name is Michelle. And they're also working on a special program. Started experimenting with what's called the motherboard program in order to create some sentient beings within the cyber matrix that could further help with the police and everything. However, some enemies get into the cyber matrix and, well, pretty much brings forth the plot of the show. Starting with the foot soldiers that attack. The foot soldiers in Cyber Squad are known as the Trojan horse viruses. Yeah, Trojan. And some of you who don't know who haven't ever heard of the term the Trojan horse, a while back, this was actually a very severe computer virus that was pretty major to the people that this hit. Really messed up a lot of computers back in the early days there. So yeah, this is what's used as the foot soldiers, pretty much like the putties for the show. What they would look like in physical form, though, they actually look like golden horsemen riding on horses there. Both the horsemen and the horses are gold, with spears and lances, of course. And of course, that's what they call them, the Trojan horse riders there. Yeah, I said Trojan horse at first, but yeah, technically it's the Trojan horse riders. So of course, best way to defeat this new threat, they have to test out. First, the mother Michelle tries to face them at first with the motherboard program. However, the problem is the motherboard program doesn't immediately function at full capacity right off there. And so the motherboard program is actually Michelle morphing into the Cyber Squad White Ranger with the power of the bear. Yep, sort of like the mother of Mystic Force was also white with the Fury of Snow. And ironically, it is a snow bear too. So there's that. However, she's not able to take on these forces all by herself, especially when a monster attacks, of course, with the foot soldiers. Not sure about the monster there, because it's been a while on this one. Yeah, I kind of guess I spent so much. Thing is, when I made Cyber Squad, I hadn't really specifically wrote out the episodes. I just had them all in. What I do remember was just in my head, but I was in the midst of still writing Groger Force there. So yeah, trying to do two things at once was kind of overdoing it a little bit, especially when one is supposed to continue from the other series there. Sort of like if somebody was writing SPD, or better yet, if someone was writing the third season of Power Rangers and they're already trying to write Zeo. And I put it this way, yeah, you kind of would want to think ahead just a little bit to know where certain parts of your previous state is going. But yeah, but just think if they tried to release Zeo and they're still in the middle of the third season of Power Rangers, or even in the Alien Ranger arc. Yeah, so with that, she then gets assistance from the other cyber animals that the motherboard has created, and that's when you get your 5 Cyber Squad Rangers. And I've already stated which one was which color. The Red Ranger ends up getting the power of the Spider Cyber Beast. The Blue Shark Cyber Beast goes to, of course, the Blue Ranger. The Green Ranger gets the power of the mouse. Get it? Because the mouse is a computer. But an actual mouse, though, a green mouse. And then, of course, Pink Ranger gets what's called the Wildcat. Cyber Cat. Yeah. And to the Yellow Ranger, the Cyber Eagle. And with their powers combined, using the powers of these Cyber Beasts, merged with them. And, of course, the morphing code was Cyber Beast Data Infusion. So They're able to defeat the foot soldiers. However, the monster that was attacking with the foot soldier grows, of course, and then they have to also now they have to up the level by by getting the cyber beast to become giant size now, similar to Mystic Force, where they actually became the Zords. In this case, they're merged with the cyber beast, sort of similar to like the bio merging with Digimon Tamers, and also more so Frontier, where they became Digimon there with the Spirit Evolution. So in this case, yeah, they since they're merged with the Data Beast, they do become giant versions of the Cyber Beast together, thus eventually combining into the Cyber Squad Megazord. And I think how it worked, that I was kind of going over this a few weeks ago, trying to recall my memory on it. So obviously the eagle is going to form its wings, of course. The shark, I want to say, okay, yes, the spider. The spider actually breaks into three segments: the body segments, legs. All the spider legs become the Megazord legs, of course, and then of course the main spider body split up for shoulder pads. The head of the spider is going to, of course, become the Megazord head, and now to combine with the cyber mouse as the body of the Megazord, and then all that's left: eagle's wings on the back, and the shark and the wildcat. Or better yet, it's the wildcat that forms the body, and the mouse and shark form the arms there. So now you got your Cyber Squad Megazord, and with that, get like a double drill action there with the mouse and shark there, and of course the Cyber Saber, pretty cool there, and also like little, I guess you could say, laser cannons with the I want to. Well, oh wait, I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, point being, they end up defeating the first villain. Only thing I remember after that is basically crossover episodes and what other Cyberzords they got after that. Because like I said, I didn't really put much thought into it as I did Kroger Force. The first crossover that Cyber Squad has is an episode called Sword Girl. That's just it. It's just called Sword Girl. And it was supposed to be like a backdoor pilot to a darker tone version of Heroes of Dreams, which was the book series that I had Star Striker and some other heroes in before I started writing the comics. It was Heroes of Dreams, which was pretty much a more of a novel style book with some pictures here and there. And at one point, I started Heroes of Dreams in 2011, which there'll be probably a video on that in the future there, going through my old stories, of course. But before 2011, there was a thought, I think like back in 2010, possibly in 2009 as well. Well, probably 2010, because like I say, I know Kroger Force kind of lasted all the way into 2009. So 2010, yeah, 2010, yeah, I was starting to venture into trying out other things as well. So at kind of close to Cyber Squad, kind of was trying to be a backdoor pilot to some of the ideas that I was trying to come up with for 2010 Heroes of Dreams, where it would be a much darker side, well, a darker tone version of the series. Yeah. So the thing is, Sword Girl in introduced in Cyber Squad, when they meet her, she's on the rampage and everything, because with the loss of her parents, and of course we know Sword Girl is known as Julie Yukoshi, the loss of her parents has got her on the rampage, and she's just attacking any and everybody. This is actually a reference to 2004, the Star Striker series back then, when, yeah, that's pretty much how Sword Girl was written in that series, where Star Striker and Target were out on patrol one day, and all of a sudden they caught her attacking an Applebee's there, and she wasn't robbing the place or nothing. She was just attacking folks there and just angry. So yeah, and over the years, yeah. Aside from Cyber Squad, yeah, I think after Heroes of Dreams, the original creator of Sword Girl, Casey, we got together and we was thinking like we gotta do something different with Sword Girl there, cause the whole anger thing, yeah, that originally was what she thought of it. I think that was originally what she thought of it first, and at the time, yeah, we were just going with that. But you know, as time goes, and you know you're evolving as a writer, and you're wanting to, you know, put different things into your future stories and stuff. Yeah, you kind of want to change some things up, sort of like how the MCU has done with the adapting of the different Marvel comics. There, yeah, some people, a lot of us, like myself, depending on the story, really enjoy some of these changes. I'm like this. Is it good? And then there are some cases where it's like it doesn't really work. So just all depends on your point of view. Yeah. But so yeah, it was posted. So you got a Violet Nature Sword Girl. Another inspiration for this episode was Zeta, an episode from Batman Beyond when they ran across the renegade synthedrone robot known as Zeta. In Batman Beyond series, you know, he didn't seem to have a head for some reason. However, they gave him one when they made the spin-off series, The Zeta Project, though. So, yeah, kind of took from that. You were also introduced to Star Striker, Target, as well as also Bubblina and Venom X. Now, this was actually when, at this point, me and Christina, we weren't married yet, but we had been talking. We were engaged at this point, pretty much like during the Kroger Force era, and so this mean that she had given her input on changing Bubble Girl to Bubblina. She hadn't taken over the character yet, as far as like, you know, what she does now with the Bubblina series. Be sure you get those comics. And so she hadn't completely taken over as far as, you know, like writing the whole universe for Bubblina, but Tia just offered that suggestion. I was like, that's a good idea. And so Star Striker, Target, Bubblina, and Venom X meet up with the Cyber Squad Rangers and try to get them to help them get Sword Girl over to their side, as far as, you know, joining up with their team and stuff. And that pretty much was that. I guess they probably faced some greater enemy or something that made Sword Girl help them or something. Anyway, after that, we're then introduced to another motherboard program from a young lady named Sheila, who's working with Michelle, one of the ones working with her. And before they meet her, they also meet a sixth Cyber Squad Ranger, which was actually a Casey-based character inserted into this Ranger series as the Cyber Squad Black Fox Ranger. Yeah, Black Fox Ranger, or Shadow Fox Ranger. And the whole thing of her being a Black Ranger in general was the fact that Casey does not like the ideal that every season back, you know, when Mighty Morphin first started and all that, was always the girl is either yellow or pink. That was the only option for the girls. Now, of course, over time, yes, I'm aware that, you know, Ninja Storm, we did get a blue Ninja Storm, and Mystic Force, we started getting female Blue Rangers. Wild Force had a white female Ranger, but yeah, kind of still fell into the pink line. But yeah, they kind of started trying some different stuff, but it wasn't major. But yeah, I think it started to become more so with the new Dino Fury, where we have a female Green Ranger. and of course RPM were I think either the Gold or Silver Ranger is female. Um, oh yeah, there was, and Samurai SPD, they had a team of the A Squad Rangers, and they were led by a female Red Ranger, but then they became evil. But Samurai did have a female Red Ranger where that led them, but it was only for a few episodes. Yeah, just couldn't. Would it really have killed you to just have a female Red Ranger? But Gabe, the Sentai doesn't show any of the Red Rangers in skirts. Well, that didn't stop them from making a male Yellow Ranger from Zoo Ranger into a female Yellow Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, did it? I begged. I rest my case. So yeah, and not just for Zoo Ranger, but a lot of the Sentais that had male Yellow Rangers, they converted into female Yellow Rangers. Pretty much all the Yellow Rangers have been female except until they got to like seasons like Ninja Storm and Mystic Force. So yeah, you were saying. So anyway, so yeah, the Cyber Squad Black Fox Ranger or Shadow Fox Ranger. Cause one thing Casey likes the term Shadow Fox. There are Night Fox. And of course the Fox is able to combine with the other Zords. Not completely sure of the configuration completely, but I do know it's not like Jungle Fury where when the Wolf Ranger showed up and they just made him a replacement leg for the main Megazord. Jungle Fury with Wolf Megazord. Oh, what? See my leg? See my wolf leg down there? Make sure you get a good shot. I'm combined with the wolf. Really? Yeah. And yeah, I know. And version 1 of Kroger Force, yeah, I didn't quite have the best configuration of a Kroger Force Megazord in version 1. But at least I didn't have a big hulking red Zord as arms, body, and a head. And then I just take the other two Rangers and just make them into legs. Really? Because you do realize that there were previous teams of Rangers that started off with 3 and made better configurations than that. 3. Anywho, before I go into a frenzy on that, been fool around, I'll turn into Sword Girl and be attacking all the Rangers. Anyway, before I go into that. So, yep, so now you got your six Rangers. And then shortly after that you get the second motherboard program from Sheila, who discovers the motherboard beast, a new motherboard beast known as the Phoenix, thus becoming a female Red Ranger, the Red Phoenix Cyber Ranger. So yeah, you got 2 Red Rangers, sort of like how Time Force had Time Force Red and Quantum Ranger, which that was pretty much just another Red Ranger. But in this case, the other Red Ranger is female, of course. So, good way to mix that up a little bit there. Also, duly note that since you have that also, not only is this a variety of colors outside of yellow and pink for the females, but also, you know how Mighty Morphin had that whole thing with, oh, they racist because they put the Native American Red Ranger and a Native American Red Ranger, an Asian Yellow Ranger, and a black guy in a Black Ranger suit. Yeah, there was that talk. To which and even though it was clearly not the intent for that, and I say even if that was the intent, if it was a race thing, I'm pretty sure the actors would have. Don't you think the actors would have said something first before they even started recording the episodes? I'm pretty sure the actors would have spoke up and probably been like, no, we ain't doing unless we can change our colors around. We ain't getting put into this here. Yeah, and before you say, well, maybe they just did it because they just wanted and yeah, but you don't know that for sure. Well, maybe not, but remember, apparently they spoke up when there was that stuff going on behind the scenes with different things going on with not with the suits they were in, but just other things with shooting, like payment union and stuff like that. They spoke up. Jason, Zach, and Trini spoke up on that, so I don't think they would have had a problem speaking up with a race thing if that was the case. So, anywho, but yeah, what I was about to point out, avoid so nobody targets, so this season doesn't get targeted with that. You got the Cyber Squad White Bear Ranger. White Bear Ranger is actually black, and being that Casey's Caucasian, and she's in the Shadow Fox Black Ranger suit. So, okay. Yep, definitely covers any skepticisms of that, if you know what I mean. So, with that said, yeah, Sheila is the Phoenix Cyber Red Ranger, the Cyber Red Phoenix Ranger, and the Phoenix Motherboard unleashes a new set of Cyber Beasts for the other Cyber Rangers, which are mystic animals. I think it's like a kind of a little fuzzy on those mystic animals there. I know there was something like a unicorn and a chimera for a couple of them. I know not another Phoenix, because the Phoenix is I just already stated the Phoenix. But I think it was like a Minotaur, a man shark. Yeah, from shark to a man shark. And I want to say, maybe, yeah, I guess I say the chimera already. I guess maybe a condor, because that's kind of a mystic kind of bird or something like that. Well, but anyway, but yeah, they get mystic Cyberzords. I think even the Shadow Fox Ranger got one from a I think like a Phantom Zord or something. Yeah, didn't really. Like I say, I was trying to write 2 seasons at this point, so. So we keep going with that, and yeah, there's only other thing I recall of Cyber Squad is the crossover they have with Kroger Force, or of course they meet the Kroger Force Rangers, and an old enemy from Kroger Force rises up again. Ace and Silverstone, I know, is going to be there, and yeah, the 2 teams have to team up, and you pretty much get the gist there. And there's also a thing where there was this was actually supposed to be crossed over with version 3 of Kroger Force, where Tyson's Uncle Michael made a proposal to the Cyber Squad White Ranger, Michelle, thus revealing that off screen they kind of have been secretly dating each other for a while there during all this, probably directly after the events of Kroger Force there, unknown to the other Rangers up to now. Yep. All right, but so yeah, that pretty much was the biggest thing out of that. That's pretty much the only thing I pretty much remember with Cyber Squad. What came after Cyber Squad, there was other Ranger ideals. Some of the other Ranger ideals. We had Power Rangers Dragon Riders, where they merged with different dragons there. It's supposed to be. And of course, it was just red, blue, and yellow, sort of like Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder. And then, of course, other Rangers later. That was supposed to be like a Sherlock Holmes style Power Ranger called Power Rangers G.O. global, I think global ethic observations, something like that. Originally, Geo was used for something else, but might get into that a little bit later. But yeah, it was for Power Rangers. It was a detective type style. Then Power Rangers Battle Royale, which involved similar to Mega Cars going into another world, but it was with Brownie and some of his friends, a bunch of other anthropomorphic plush toy animals becoming Power Rangers there. And of course, you probably can assume Brownie, you probably can guess Brownie was the Red Ranger, of course. Quite obviously. So, there was that. Then, I think another one I remember was Power Rangers, whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, Power Rangers Academy, where pretty much was an ideal that I think Disney and Saban wanted to do. I think some of the writers wanted to, yeah, some of the people behind Power Rangers, either Disney or Saban, after Wild Force, they wanted to do like where there was an academy, and Tommy would be like one of the teachers there or something like that. Yeah, it didn't quite get off the ground, but they did do an academy, which was the Ninja Academy for Ninja Storm, and we did get to see Tommy again for Dino Thunder. So, yeah, not completely the way they wanted, but they did get some elements out. But with the academy, it would be sort of like if Power Rangers met Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Sort of a Power Ranger, a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX style Power Rangers with but imagine a female version of Jade and Yuki. Yeah, that way you'd have your female Red Ranger. Then the final Power Ranger series that came to my mind was Power Rangers Revelation, where it was supposed to be like in the end times, where the Rangers called upon the power of pretty much the power of Christ himself to face the Antichrist. Yeah, with holy crosses as morphers. Yep, and yep, you had so they were the Revelation Rangers. The morphing code was Revelation Salvation, and yeah, they fought the evil forces of the Antichrist, which was pretty much just using Satan's demons to fight the battle and everything. They called upon the powers of previous prophets and leaders from the Bible during their morphs and stuff like that, like Moses and Joshua and all that. And then the series was supposed to end with an all-out battle against Satan himself in big dragon form, sort of like when Satan was that big dragon in the book of Revelation there, I think like with 9 heads or something. And yeah, and the Revelation Rangers would have all the previous Rangers, Kroger Force, Cyrus Squad, all the previous Rangers, possibly even the Rangers from Saban and Disney there, all teamed up to face the big red dragon. Yes, pretty much like what years late, and this was in remember, this was all thought of between 2009 and 2010. So, this was actually before Super Mega Force when they tried this, the whole Mega Force War, Legendary War. So this was before the Legendary War. So I thought of it first. Okay, well, yeah, but they didn't know that though. And apparently needed the Super Sentai, so. But anyway, I guess they probably would have if I actually had published all this, but. So yeah, it was supposed to have that big ending, and in the end, not only would they defeat Satan, but but not only would Satan be destroyed, but hell and earth would just crumble, and in the end, it'd be nothing but heaven. So that was how that was what I imagined for that. So that's pretty much all I got with Cyber Squad and all the Ranger series I came up with after that. However, in the next history video, there was one other Power Ranger series that I actually did have full out thought on to a certain extent, which was combined with Digimon. So next time we will go into the history of Digiranger. Oh yeah. But until then, I'll see you guys later. And remember, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, buy some comic books, and support us on Patreon. And we will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.